Welcome back to Indiana Diecast Racing and the continuing action of Rollin for the Dogs. Today we've got 4 exciting groups that make up the quarterfinals of the JDM American Muscle Supercar division. And there's going to be a lot of Arlo cars today, so watch out, drivers. He's coming for you. First up, we've got Group 3. And of course, this one is being headlined by an Arlo Racing driver, Peterson, in an 82-gram Acura NSX. We've got Encout from Chase Family Racing in a 74-gram Corvette Stingray, Ants in the Pants Russ from Puffs Racing in a 63-gram Lamborghini Scion, and Shotgun Cowboy from Milestone Diecast Racing in a 100-gram Karma GS6. That is one of 2 remaining wildcards. And they're off. Today's action getting underway. Encout making a strong push on that back straight, but right now it's all Peterson, and there's some rubbing, but that's racing in Echo Base. Encout comes out in second. Peterson's going to easily win lap 1. Encout is second. Shotgun Cowboy is third, and Ants in the Pants Russ is fourth. We move on to lap 2. That puts Ants in the Pants Russ on the pole, with Peterson on the outside. Here comes Peterson. He's going to make the pass as they round turn 2. He's back in the lead. Ants in the Pants Russ in second, followed closely by Encout and Shotgun Cowboy. Peterson running away with a second consecutive lap. Ants in the Pants Russ is second. And we've got a double DNF as Encout and Shotgun Cowboy stall out on the final straight, just under that Westfield sign. Tough break for those fellas. You cannot afford many mistakes like that at this point. Already they are going to rotate around. That'll put Shotgun Cowboy on the pole with Ants in the Pants Russ on the outside. Shotgun Cowboy making a good show of his pole position lap. And he's pulling away. Encout currently in second with the rest of the field right behind. This has been a one-car show each lap. Looks like Shotgun Cowboy will break Arlo's streak. And wins the lap. And I'm not quite sure who took second. I think it was still Encout just ahead of Peterson. And sure enough, it was. But Shotgun Cowboy with a very important win on that lap. Peterson locks up a spot in the next round as Encout will lead the final lap, and he's got Peterson behind him. That's a good advantage to have on the last lap. Peterson continuing to push him down the track, not giving it. Peterson gets wrecked by Shotgun Cowboy, possibly out of vengeance, as Encout takes the final lap. Shotgun Cowboy gets around Peterson to take second. And Ants in the Pants Russ gets caught up behind Peterson's wreck to DNF on lap 4. Taking a look at what happened, it looks like Peterson got loose and Shotgun Cowboy just kind of tied a bow on that wreck. And Shotgun Cowboy gets a little help from Ants in the Pants Russ getting around Peterson. And that'll be it. Peterson and Encout will advance to the semifinals. So that's one Arlo driver moving on. And here's another one. We've got Kay driving a 90-gram T-Bird Stalker. You're going to see a few of those today. Dusty Miles from Milestone Diecast in a 99-gram Karma GS6. McKinney from Arlo Racing in a 92-gram Corvette. And Rue from Milestone Diecast in a 99-gram Mercury Cougar. Rue is really the last remaining wild card if you don't count Matteo Hoxolari's car that advanced to the finals in the tournament. Kay leading lap 1, followed closely by Milestone Diecast. Believe that's Dusty Miles. Kay takes lap 1. Dusty is second. McKinney is third. There's Rue for fourth in her Mercury Cougar. I'm surprised that Mercury Cougar has done this well with those super extendy wheel hubs. Anyways, McKinney leads lap 2, but here comes Kay, and Kay makes the pass in turn 2. Oh, and Kay wrecks. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Dusty Miles is going to take lap 2. Looks like McKinney will be second. Rue is third. And Kay, after a great first lap, looked to be having a great second lap, gets loose on the ice on Hoth and just rolls it. That is unfortunate for Kay. Watch out, Arlo. She's not going to be happy, man. In any case, we move on to lap 3. That'll put Rue on the pole, and it's all Milestone on the inside, all Arlo on the outside. And here comes McKinney and Kay. They round the second turn, and McKinney comes out in front. Kay slots into second. So Arlo dominating lap 3 here. Kay looking to make up for that donut on lap 2. McKinney takes the lap. Kay is second. And I believe Rue was third. And Dusty Miles was fourth. Good job to Rue keeping it on the track. And going to the final lap, it's McKinney, Dusty, Kay, and Rue. But anything can very much happen. Dusty Miles on the pole with Kay right behind him. Kay is staying with him as they round turn 2. The other two several car lengths behind. They round Echo Base. Rue staying ahead of McKinney. And they're around the Savage Square, come to the line, and it's Dusty Miles, Kay, Rue, and McKinney stalls out on the final straight right next to the Star Destroyer. Looking at the final standings, Kay and Dusty Miles will advance to the semis. Milestone Diecast finally getting a win over Arlo Racing. Alright, we move on to Group 5, and there's Matteo Hoxolari, this time in his 96-gram Dodge Viper. Sarah Moy, also from Arlo Racing, in a 94-gram Acura NSX. Bobby Gray, you guessed it, from Arlo Racing in a 98-gram T-Bird Stalker. And Lunatic from Last and Furious Racing in a 72-gram Nissan 180 SX. This is the last entry in the tournament for Last and Furious Racing. I think they may have only sent one or two, so this particular Nissan has done fairly well. But he's up against 3 Arlo drivers, and they have left him in the dust. Mateo takes the lap. I believe Sarah Moy was second, Bobby Gray was third, and there's Lunatic for fourth. So a tall order for Lunatic and Last and Furious Racing, but I think they can do it. That is a sweet car. Bobby Gray on the pole for lap 2, followed by Lunatic. But here comes Mateo and Sarah. They easily make the pass. Mateo now pulling away. Sarah defending against teammate Bobby Gray. Mateo takes lap 3. Was that lap 3? No, lap 2. Lap 2. Okay, so he's won 2 in a row now. Same results on lap 2 as on lap 1, so it's Mateo and Sarah. And now Lunatic on the pole for lap 3. He's got to win this lap to have a chance at advancing against these 3 Arlo drivers. Oh, but Bobby Gray gets in front. Oh, Bobby wrecks. And the entire field is held up in Echo Base. So Matteo Hoxolari walks away with an easy W on lap 3, and that will probably hand him the group victory. As he puts up a turkey, sure enough, he will win the group and advance to the semis. So now it's a battle for second. Lunatic has to win this lap or will be eliminated. And so far it's not looking good as Sarah jumps out front with Mateo behind. There's Lunatic in third, followed by Bobby Gray. Mateo is tossing Sarah down the track. She's kind of all over the place. They come to the line. Sarah takes lap 4. There was Lunatic for third. And Mateo and Sarah will win. So it's an Arlo sweep in this group. We'll see them in the next round. We move on to Group 6 with Tim Terwilliger, also of Arlo Racing in a 90-gram T-Bird Stalker. We've got Misty G from Puffs Racing in a 64-gram Toyota GR Supra. Topher from Arlo Racing in a 90-gram T-Bird Stalker. And Lucas, also from Arlo Racing in a 96-gram Corvette. So you guys let so many Arlo drivers advance to the quarterfinals. that now it's Puff's turn to go 1v3. And right now, Tim Terwilliger is running away with it. Topher gets in front of Misty G as well. Misty G, a longtime competitor here at this track. I think this may be her third or fourth tournament here. Oh, and Lucas is going to take a DNF on the opening lap. Taking a look here to see what happens. Yep, he just kind of understeers or oversteers, or, you know, somebody who's a race car driver, tell me what he did. He didn't steer right, that's for sure. So Tim on top after one. And it's an all T-Bird Stalker front row. I gotta wonder if we may have an all T-Bird Stalker semifinal group. Tim out front again, followed by Topher. The two are running. There's Lucas for third. And where's Misty G? There's Misty G. Everyone crosses the line on lap 2. And at the halfway point, it's the Tim and Topher show. Those T-Bird Stalkers are running away with it. Lucas on the pole for lap 3. And he's going to be challenged by Topher in turn 2, but Lucas maintains the lead. This is a good sign for Lucas. Again, it's the 3 Arlo drivers out front. And that Supra just unable to keep up with those boys. As Lucas wins lap 3, Tim will at least lock up a tie for one of the spots moving on. Topher in second, only a point behind. Misty G on the pole for what may be her last lap of the tournament. Here comes Lucas on the inside. He makes the pass. Misty G now running second. Oh, and something happens in Echo Base. Yep, Misty G has wrecked. That will be an ignominious way to end her tournament. Lucas wins another lap after that opening DNF. Topher will also DNF on lap 4, and I think that's pretty much going to seal the deal and tells us who's moving on to the semifinals. Take a look at the scoreboard here, and sure enough, Tim wins the group outright. Lucas is second on the back of a very strong second half. So we'll take a quick look at the standings. There's the guys that already advanced to their finals. There are the semifinalists highlighted in light green. Next video, we'll see the culmination of the Recycle group in their quarterfinals. But I want to thank all the drivers who raced today and were eliminated. You had to fight with some tough odds. This has been Jim D for Indiana Diecast Racing. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing and the continuing, what is this, round 3 action of Rollin' for the Dogs. And make sure you get over to redlinederby.com and check out Return to the Sock Hop, our next event coming in January 2026. There are only a few slots remaining.